Amberly from over at amberlyrose.com, and today's video is going to help you get in touch with your intuition. So whether or not you consider yourself an intuitive person, I assure you that you are. We all have access to this deeper, subtle sensing. So whether that's a new idea to you or whether you've known that about yourself forever, today's video is just going to help you deepen your access to your own intuition. So to begin, we're going to focus on the pituitary gland. So if you put your finger around where the third eye is usually imagined, that is about where your pituitary is, but deep in the brain. So we're going to be starting to clear out any lymph in the pituitary. And the pituitary is an endocrine gland that controls a lot of the systems of the body, but it also is closely associated with insight, vision, clarity, and intuition. So we're just going to start tapping on the head and the heart, imagining any stuck lymph, any stagnant fluid just flowing out of the pituitary so it can function better. You can place one hand over the spleen to kind of help move that lymph out. Spleen is the controller of the lymphatic system. Breathing deeply. And next, we'll leave our hand on the pituitary, and we're going to be linking the pituitary to the brow chakra. So the pituitary is closely associated with the brow chakra, which is traditionally imagined as being a deep purple color. So we're just going to be linking in the pituitary to the brow chakra. So take a couple of deep breaths, tapping on the head and the heart. Just imagining that clear communication between the pituitary and the brow chakra working together. And next, we're going to help let go of any subconscious blocks that are keeping us from having access to our intuition. So often what will happen is we'll have this sudden insight that we should call this person or go to this place or do this thing. And before we can act on it, before we can act on that intuitive moment, part of us will say, oh, but why should we do that? That doesn't make any sense. Or, you know, it makes more sense to do this instead. So in that way, we kind of sabotage our intuition by second guessing it. So we're just going to release that from the subconscious mind by repeating this phrase, which is, I give myself permission to trust my vision. So if you repeat that a few times with me while tapping on the head and the heart and breathing deeply, I give myself permission to trust my vision. I give myself permission to trust my vision. One more time. I give myself permission to trust my vision. Just really letting that sink into your body. And then lastly, we're going to do a little bit of skeletal balancing to physically support the pituitary. So I'm going to have you put your hands on your temples and feel for the bones there. And that bone is the sphenoid bone, and it actually spans across between where your hands are. So it goes underneath the brain, through your head, and that is the sphenoid bone. And it holds the pituitary. So the pituitary sits in the sphenoid bone, and as you breathe in and out, the sphenoid subtly moves, just gently supporting and rocking the pituitary. So we're going to hold the sphenoid with one hand, and with the other hand, I'm going to have you contact your coccyx or the tailbone, so the very, 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 very bottom bottom tip of your spine. So they help balance each other out and make sure that everything's in the right place. So we're just going to take a couple deep breaths, imagining that connection between the base of the spine and the base of the brain. And take a few deep breaths. You can release one hand and tap on the head and the heart. Taking deep breaths. Just allowing the whole spine to balance. All right, so in the next few days, I invite you to pay attention to the ways that your intuition speaks to you. So it might be in dreams, it might be just what your attention is called to. You can pay attention to what you notice. And, it could even pop in as songs that are giving you some information, songs that get stuck in your head. So have fun with that, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you next time.